Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest of Speed EU1. We're live from Paul Ricard in Le Castellet in the south of France, and we've got glorious sunshine, as you would expect from that part of the world. And I'm joined by a man who I never thought I'd ever have to commentate with. I'd never get the opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
I never thought.
But you do now.
I do. I get the chance. I'm here with Limmy, of all people.
Yes. Yeah. I've had my summer break, Dan. 9 weeks, 10 weeks. A bit of a different one, isn't it? Because, you got parents home, sisters in bed. So we'll do the analysis tonight. And then in 3 weeks' time, when I'm back in my zone, we will do it properly. And we will be reunited as a team again.
Yes. And you'll be able to shout and do all the things we know and love you for.
Exactly.
Yes. But tonight, unfortunately for everybody sat watching at home, I'm going to have to do all the loud things. So they probably won't be that loud at all. First man out on track then looks like an Alpine. Is that going to be Milan or is it going to be Stinson? Or is it going to be neither of them and I've picked the wrong car?
See, one thing you do have is that you know this roster very well.
I don't, very well is a stretch.
Well, yeah, we'll go well.
So Milan then, winner last time out in Baku, after a very close fought affair with Persassin. The result, of course, won't show that. Persassin finding a wall around the Azerbaijani capital with about 2 laps to go.
Easy to do.
Easy
to do. Easy to do. Well, actually, no, not so easy to do around Paul Ricard, is it?
No, not around here. Speaking of first out, Joel's overtaken him. He wants his moment on stream. He wants his airtime. Joel, of course.
I'll just do a quick audio check, Dan.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, we're fine. Yeah, we're good. It's good.
Yeah. Joel, of course, racing in, I think it was PSGL earlier this week at Paul Ricard. Ended up losing it at the chicane from the lead of the race, so I'll be hoping for a better result tonight.
Yeah, I think we've seen a variety of strategies, haven't we? We've seen the typical one stop, the soft hard or the medium hard. We've also seen the 2-stop, especially if there's a safety car at the right time, or all that jazz. We've seen double soft medium, or all that. I think the Americans did it not last night, but the night before. Mostly, I think every race has been dry apart from EU3, was it? Where it had a bit of rain at the start. It was meant to come in the middle, but it came at the start and stayed basically to the end.
Yeah, it did. The last couple of laps, if I remember right, it dried out, and I was tempted to try the slicks, but I was in a position to score some points. And
bit of controversy, wasn't it? It wasn't meant to do that, but
no.
Codis can do what it wants, I guess.
It can, yeah. So we set it with a perfect weather forecast in our current system.
Yep.
And Codemaster said no.
Absolutely.
You must suffer.
Yeah. All the drivers will be taking a vote, whether they like it or they don't. If they don't, we go dynamic. If they do, then we'll reconsider the rules and regulations of it and make sure everyone's on the same page. And it's as simple as that.
Of course, it will all take place over 1 week change, so 1 week will be running realistic, the next will go dynamic, if that's what we choose to do. There won't be a split in the middle or anything like that, so everyone will be informed, of course. Joel then, first man to set a timed lap. It's looking like a good one, at least as a banker. And it is a 27.6 for the Red Bull man. Milan comes in behind with a 27.6 as well, and then Persassin 29.2.
Maybe a mistake on that one. So I'm sure he'll go again. 3 runs, don't we? We have time for 3 runs. So,
Tom Robber there with a 29.4 on the mediums. I wonder if Persassin's going to try and qualify on the mediums.
So he's getting some banks in, and then going for a medium.
I think so. I think we'll see Persassin pit and then go for a medium run. The research and the testing I've managed to do earlier this week led me to believe that medium hard is probably the fastest strategy around here, assuming you can avoid a safety car.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure how that will play out with these guys, because most of them are freaks of nature with how quick they are, and everything's possible.
Commonly known as tryhards.
Well,
or just good at a game.
Yeah. Things we wish we were.
Yes, and things we think we are when we have the maxed out career mode car, but we're not.
No. Nowhere near as good as these guys. Rowan goes first then, 27.5 on the soft tyre for him. That's Alpha Tauri. In fact, I'm not sure. I think this might be the first race that Rowan's managed to race in this year. This season, I should say.
Dan, what's your knowledge of Le Castellet? I think Freepool's just about to start a fast lap now.
Le Castellet, I know very little, but we can subsidise that with Google.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so through turns 1 and 2, high speed chicane, cuts the inside well there, avoids an invalidation.
I don't know how.
No, I don't either, but we move. Turns 3 and 4, then another chicane essentially into 5, which is an off-camber hairpin through turn 6. Gentle on the power, gets a tank slapper there. That invalidates the lap. And then has to come across turn 7, which, if turn 6 hadn't, that definitely would.
Yeah, it's no ABS for these guys. Very, very tricky. Tricky track as well with track limits. We'll see some penalties. We've seen penalties from every single tier all week. And I expect to see the same this evening. Yes.
EU4, we had everybody bar one driver getting a penalty. EU3, I'm not sure, I think was similar. I don't know about last night in EU2. And these guys normally tend to keep themselves pretty clean, but there'll be a couple who no doubt venture to the naughty step of penalties.
Wizard is never on the naughty step for penalties. In fact, he makes the naughty step.
He does. He chisels it out of pure Roman granite.
Yeah.
Or marble. I think it's marble, actually.
Yeah. Marble.
Yeah. You see,
got a cheeky rev glitch with Milan, who's just on an outie. Noah's on an outie. I think he might be closer to the line to start his new one. Where is he? No,
he might be. I'm with Dracer at the moment, who is definitely about to start his.
Oh yeah, medium tyre as well.
We'll ride on board with the leader of the IFR esports team. And I have found a track map of Le Castellet with the actual corner names on it as Andreas goes round. And that's that set of mediums ruined. He might get another run out of them, but I doubt it'd be worth it at this stage. He'll probably have to come back in, get some softs bolted onto that car, and then go again.
Yeah, half a session gone, half to go. Plenty of time.
Plenty to go.
I think Milan is going to be one of the second lot of runners to take to the track.
Warming up those rear tyres.
Out the back.
That's one of the novelties you get with these, as we say, freaks of nature, tryhards, people we wish we were like, for speed anyway. They'll do the burnouts for the rear tyres.
The real question is he going to smash this lap and put it on pole for now, or is he going to invalidate?
Well, we'll see. I'm not sure if he's a world...
No, wide.
Yep.
Shocking exit of 1.
Yeah, very much so. Compromising through 2.
Noah behind him. Yes, it is. It is Noah in the Red Bull. There's the airport on the left. I had to put that in, Rowan might be watching,
Oh,
never know.
The captain, of course, winner here as well on Tuesday night.
He was. And he tackled the rain with, fantastically well, actually. Made the right decision.
He's
stuck to his guns.
he's been very fortunate. This is the first week in a long time he's actually had the opportunity to practice. He was telling me afterwards he's managed to complete 15 race distances.
Wow. Oh, Passassin gone. Turn 2,
Yeah, he
retirement.
has. Yeah,
Into
that
the
is
wall.
one of the
And that's
few
not a good time at
walls.
all.
No, but that is why you go on the bankers, and you put that banker lap in early, because now if anybody else fails to set a time, you at least start ahead of them.
That's true, but that's a retirement in Barker on my last lap and a P6 for now. Probably going to be in the bottom 3 or 4 if everyone, a decent time.
So.
Oh dear.
One that's going to count. Pushes for the line, stays to the left, as short as possible, and goes P5, 27.9 for the other Red Bull, 3/10 off his teammate. Yeah, so as I was saying before, Andreas had his spin. I've found a track map of Le Castellet with the corner names on it, but I am not going to...
Vapors has spun. Vapors has lost it. It was 2/10 up. And that might have put him second, but he's lost it and he's going to have to box.
Yeah. Our current pole sitter is out on another lap. And the man who I think...
Sorry, Dan, I've got over chat. I can just see Pazza spin.
Pazza spin.
Spud just put Pazza slow.
Oh
no. He's not slow, Spud, and he'd absolutely ruin you on a 5-lapper. No offence.
He would. He'd tear you a new one, Spud. The man has a lot of talent. It has to be said.
He's quick.
We've
got some pictures here. What have we got? I've got the calendar here. 24 races to the 10th of Feb. Oof. Yep. That includes all the DLC tracks. That's good.
Assuming they're out in time, I hope.
I took a picture of the Azerbaijan Steward reviews if we needed them, but nothing too crazy. I got the standings here. Can have a look at them during the formation lap, can't we?
Oh, we've got a spin for Noah.
Is that Noah?
It is. On his cooldown lap, though, I think. I'm just going to jump across to Jensen, who started his lap. Current championship leader. Oh, kick of oversteer out of 2, but he's kept it valid.
Check Rowan if you want, Dan, just very quickly. I think he was up on his second sector. One more corner to go, turn 15. I don't know how this circuit only has 15 corners, but it does.
Yeah, and Jensen has invalidated, as we see Rowan come for the line, and he improves to a 27.3.
It was 2/10.
Yeah, yes. That's one of those scenarios where you're sat in the garage watching, aren't you? And you're thinking, yeah, we can maybe get to a 27.5 and get ahead of him, and then they go through and they take 2/10 off.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of drivers back off, not because they've been validated, just because they've either done a corner wrong or we've just had a snap.
Jensen at the minute, the one I would say is miles out of position. Fruitful as well, although he's on a lap now. But he's invalidated again. So both Jensen and Fruitful having validation issues. Konzo could potentially pull something out here. He's definitely the man to keep an eye on for qualifying pace.
Definitely. Just trying to look at the sector times. Purple sector 1's a 21.5 dead, 26.8 second, 38.9. Just trying to see if I can see any purples popping up. Konzo's on a lap. He hasn't got it in yet. 21.7, 27.1. So he's probably looking at about a 6th place at the moment, Konzo, I think.
Oh, little tank slapper there, manages to hold it well. That'll cost him some time.
I like this analysis game. And fun. He's called it all. So he feels he can get in and get out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. We have just... I think, given that we're probably going to be ahead of the curve, we're going to have about 4 minutes left of the session from what compared to what it says on screen there, which is 3 minutes 10.
So Vapors is going very slow. I heard a lot of them say in the chat, but obviously not on the warm-up or the formation, but your tyres obviously get so hot during the lap that there's just no grip left on the final 2 corners.
Yeah.
So here's Vapors, and now this is a big lap. This is, it's a 2% chance away, so that's alright. Big lap for Vaporizer here. Can he get on the front row? Needs 4.5 attempts to do it, and that's if Rowan doesn't improve. Here we go.
Right on board.
That's nice.
Yeah, nicely held through there. Just enough throttle to keep the back end in check. And this is the difference. These guys know just exactly how much of a corner you can take.
Yeah.
Without losing any time and without invalidating. Yeah.
There's a difference between a time trial and 3% wear as well.
Yeah, there is. And those are the fine.
What did he set for a sector? He set a 21. Okay, so he's just gone a tenth and a half quicker.
Yeah, he is purple sector 1. Vaporizer, I would say, possibly the man who has underperformed most so far this season. Purple sector 2 as well. He's flying right now.
Him a second off purple first. That might be a 27 dead at the moment now.
It could be, and that would be a huge lap time in terms of its magnitude, not its actual length. It would be minuscule, relatively speaking, in length. Let's see, he's got 2 corners to go then. Through the final corner, he'll pin it for the line now. DRS open. What can Vaporizer do here? He goes fastest, 27.1. Sector 3, he was 38 thousandths slower than Roan in that sector.
It's close for 2 Mercedes. One's just crossed, one's behind. They're queuing up for their laps. Now, we've got Milan was on a lap. He invalidated, but he is going to make it across the line.
Tom Robbo has lost it, turn 1. Whereas Passassin lost it through 2 and went to the right of the circuit. Yep. Tom Robbo has gone to the left of turn 1. Will ride on board with his teammate as he tries to set his first time. And he's done the same thing. He's done the same thing as his teammate. Somehow has kept all 4 wheels on the car, but no wing left on that Mercedes, and that is their session over.
As you can see on the track map, all the cars on the right hand side of the track map are all about to queue up and start their laps, whereas the cars on the left are just starting.
Yeah. And the cars on the left are going to be the ones that they're going to be stressing, aren't they, when they get round there?
Yeah, Milan is invalidated. He went wide at the bottom, and what is that corner? That's turn 6, really.
And we've got a spinner there as well. That looks like is that?
So I believe it's going to be Noah first, then Joel. So it's going to be the 2 Red Bulls. They've just started. Well, one's halfway through, one's just started. Oh, Noah, what are you doing? He may have done that on purpose. Don't want to say he has, but he hasn't retired, I don't think.
He's still in the... Yeah, he's still in. He's all good. We're watching Konzo at the moment. A man who, on his day, could challenge for pole position. Whether today is that day remains to be seen. Remember, we have time.
Joel's gone a quarter of a second quicker down. I don't think he's going to match Vaporizer unless he smashes the final sector, but he definitely may get on the front row.
It's a possibility for Joel. We know Joel's been putting a lot of time into his technique.
Temperature, it's tossing him down. Just oversteering.
Maybe a little bit over-eager on the throttle as well. As we see Milan pit along with Dracer, that's their session that's going to be over. Fruitful has retired on the exit of the chicane on the Mistral straight. He's been too eager on the throttle and has put it in the wall, so no time for Fruitful.
Rowan is 400ths up.
I'm looking at Konzo now. It could be a good one. He's going to
behind Rowan.
Yep, here comes Rowan.
Could be good.
Yes! He's taken it, 27 flat.
Rowan.
And Konzo doesn't get a time. He invalidated late on in the lap.
And I don't think there's anyone left. Stinson's invalidated, Fredhead's invalidated, Get Dara's invalidated. I think that might be it.
That's all she wrote then.
And Rowan snatches it by, what's that, 23?
Interestingly enough, it is, yes, 23,000. He didn't actually take any of the fastest sector times away from Vaporizer.
No, he didn't.
He actually, well, final sector he improved by over 2/10.
Oh no, it was a final, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 2/10 in the final sector.
It was 600 down in the first, 10.5 down in the second, and then that'd be but it's nearly 2/10 in the final, wasn't it?
Yeah. He improved his own time by about 2/10 and then beat Vaporizer by nearly a quarter of a second.
So, do you reckon he did what they do in real life, where they just calm it down a little bit through sectors 1 and 2 so they have that grip left? Maybe.
Maybe. He could be running slightly more wing as well. That might have been an option.
There you go, Dan. A couple of meetings there as well.
Yeah. Stinson, Tom Robbo and Dara on mediums.
Fruitful no time?
To see.
On purpose or not?
No, he crashed on his last run.
Okay, yeah.
So Fruitful not going to be in the best position, I'm afraid. The championship protagonist, although to his aid, Jensen also no time set. Validated his late runs, so we'll see.
Steve's put a very valid comment. I would have been P7 with my time.
Go on, Steve.
Fair enough, Steve.
I don't know where I would have been in mine.
I don't want to know where I want to be.
I would have been... I think I would have been
Limit is our
P6
cameraman.
yeah.
Oh no, not yet. Oh, I can't do camera. Oh god, no. I am not a photographer. Oh no. Absolutely not.
Let's see then. So dry weather all the way, as we knew it would be.
Yeah, it's been nice in France today. Well, in Polricar.
Track temperature will be dropping as we go through the session, as will air temperature. Very gradually, only a couple of degrees in it, but should drivers want to go to a softer compound later on in the race, that would benefit them.
Would indeed. Would indeed. Welcome to the stream, everybody, by the way. I can see your comments, so anything you want to say that is within reason, or a question, whack it up. I never go quiet at any point, everybody. It's because the little sister might have to go to bed. But Dan has agreed that he will open his lungs a little bit, and his mouth box, and vocalise what should be a good race.
It should be, yes. We're hoping for some racing of that bit better quality. To quote a great man, a great manager in Neil Warnock.
Oh, great manager.
Yeah. Used to manage,
and he gets very angry, but it's funny.
Used to manage Scarborough Athletic, you know.
Did he?
He did, my hometown club.
I did not know that. But I know he don't like referees very much.
No, before he made it to the big time. Before he became a Hollywood manager.
Yeah. Spudhead's what I could possibly tag in if you need to go. Well, it's not about needing to go. It's just about I have to be a bit quieter. But if it gets to a point where my mum is going to hammer my face in twice, then yes, bud, I'll let you know.
That might have to make a separate stream of that.
Oh no. Put it on Lab Bible.
Oh, better than Lad Bible.
Oh, 1 second.
Unilad. Definitely Unilad. So, tyres then, of course, the top 10 have to start on the tyres they qualified on. Outside of the top 10, they have free choice. So, positions 1 to 6, and then Passassin in P8 are on the soft tyre. Stinson, Tom Robbo, and Dara set times good enough to fit in the top 10 on the medium tyre. And then outside of it, you've got Fredhead on the hard tyre. There's a man after my own heart. Go on, you make that work. Then Jensen, Ron, Fruitful, Konzo, and Dracer on the medium tyre. 16 runners in total to start the race. And it's
Yeah,
Roan
not bad.
who will lead them away from Vaporizer and Joel.
Yeah. Alpine, top of constructors, 50 points. Williams, 40. Fruit was in the bottom 6, and Thomas broke his wheel. They're on 40. AlphaTauri boys of Jensen and Rowan, they're third, 35. Joe and Total P's in the Red Bull, 29. So it's, it's a little bit close.
Yeah.
A little bit close. We're only on race 3 at 24.
We are. Still plenty of guys yet to score as well. The main one of those, I would say, is Vaporizer, who's in a good position at the moment in P2. He'll be hoping for a good start to get ahead of the AlphaTauri and then push on.
Well, indeed. 27 laps. Quite quick without a safety car. About 40 and a half minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, give or take.
Will we get a safety car? But Walls are quite far away from the line, aren't we? So unless there is a massive spin or a pile-up, it might come down to original strategy.
Could do, and that's where the likes of Fredhead will be very interesting to watch. If he can keep the pace with the guys around him, I would be putting him on for a podium, believe it or not.
Oh, that's an interesting shout.
With that strategy, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's go to position change and get ready to go racing. Great place to put the lights. Paul Ricard behind an Emirates banner. You love to see it, so we can't see. The revs build, and we're off in Paul Ricard. It's a good start from Roan. Vaporizer looks to get swallowed up there by Joel as well. There's some wheel banging into turn 1. Roan leads though. Vaporizer on the inside of Joel, but the Red Bull man's going to try and go around the outside, and he's made that work. Joel up into P2. Vaporizer down to 3rd. Milan, Noah and Rage Snipes holding position there in 4th, 5th and 6th. Then comes Bassassin, Stinson, Ron M and Tom Robbo battling for position there. There's a spinner there. Stinson round and at the back of the pack.
There was contact between Joe and Vaporizer. I don't know if you caught it. He nearly spanned Vaporizer, but he managed to catch for snap. So in the top 6, they're the only 2 that have changed up. 5 for Ron. What a start for a team. 8 we have Jensen and Tom Robbo. Wheel to wheel through actually came.
Certainly do. Jensen coming out on top there ahead of his IFR teammates, but rival in contest of speed in the Mercedes, chasing down Fredhead in P9, who's done quite well, you have to say, on the hard tyre on the opening lap to be able to gain 2 positions. I'll be honest, I don't think he'll stay there for long, but as a start can go, as we say, Jensen straight away down the inside, but he's overcooked it. He's gone too deep. He's to be careful rejoining.
Out behind Tom, and Fruitful's going to batter him, of course, on the inside down, final corner.
I could see a switch back here from Fruitful. He's going to have a better exit. It's going to be purely on straight line speed, no DRS at this point, of course. And it looks as though Jensen's got the better car in a straight line, although he did use a lot of ERS there to keep the Williams behind him.
Noah just went wide at turn 1, so I'm guessing that'll be a warning. We'll cross check it in a minute. But the top 7, all on softs. And that's think that was going to happen at the start, because the softs are very, very good at the start, but they die off very quickly, just like Abu Dhabi on this year's game. But mostly clean. Stinson's had that problem, of course. 3% damage on the front left for him. Apart from that, I see no damage or no major issues. And Assassin and Snipes into the chicane.
The Aston Martin man up the inside there got himself to a great position and now takes that position away from Rage Snipes. But Snipes is going to fight back. Side by side they go. Still wheel to wheel, but Assassin, I think, is now going to have that position sewn up. As much as Snipes wants to fight it.
Just about. There's a couple of switcheroos there. I thought Snipes was going to pull it on the inside, but he didn't. Behind them, Jensen's dropped 2 places. He's gone wide again at the same corner, and because of it, he's got a penalty.
I wonder whether Jensen's got some braking issues with that corner. It's one of the few areas of the track where you actually have to put a lot of pressure through the brake pedal, so assuming he is on a wheel, of course, I might be wrong, but that setup might not be working well for him on the brakes.
No, I know most of the drivers know. Oh, yellow flag, it's Jensen, I think, in the, is that the Alpha Tower? Yes, it is.
Yeah, and that'll be purely, yeah, those tyres will be cooked now.
Yeah, I was just about to say about the tyres, like, I know everyone knows they're quite wary. Oh, is there an overtake here? Vaporizer? No, Joe's just trying to defend his spot and make sure that McLaren knows that he's there. 30% already, 33% for Rowan on both softs. We've done 2 laps.
Yeah, and they will go off incredibly quickly, and will continue to go off at almost an exponential rate from here. You're looking at 4 to 5 laps of those tyres giving you competitive lap time, after which the medium runners will start to make their gains. Big winners then off the opening couple of laps. You've got Ron M up 5 places, and then 3 places each for Fruitful and Konzo. Big losers, of course, Stinson and Jensen, down 8 and 4 respectively.
Only 2 people on the grid have higher than 72% battery at the moment, so some people burning it rather early. We've seen in the esports side that
we've got a move here for second place. Vaporizer with DRS assistance sets a new fastest lap and dispatches Joel's Red Bull in the process.
I like that word, Dan. Dispatches. I'm going to add that to my arsenal. Arsenal? Yeah.
You see.
Yellow flag, mate. Final corner.
And that's Jensen who's gone
Did
again.
He hit the pit wall?
I think he has, yes. No damage, though.
Damage. No, 3%, no. He's retired, it says. It's in red.
Yeah, he has. He's retired in the pit lane, so made it in fine and then retired. Understandable, although I think a man of his quality would have had a chance at getting back into the race, especially if there was any sort of safety car later on.
It's good to have Tass back, isn't it?
It is.
Rowan would be 4th in the championship if he won this race. At the moment, Joel would go from 15th to 8th in the championship, and Tracer would go from 8th to 14th. Just loads of little bits of information that just, I don't know, it's kind of cool to look at.
It is, yeah, and we're going to be clamping down on TAS infringements this year. A lot of the...
Yes.
Well, we're making much better use of it thanks to T-Bot and his system, so...
I'm just going to point out, Dan, I think Vaporizer might have a go here.
I think you might be right. Let's jump on board with the McLaren then. DRS open. He's not burning any battery. I think he's going to wait for the...
in front. Rowan just burned 18% there. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think he's going to wait for the next one.
We've got to move further back, though. Ron M has got past Rage Snipes, and I think that is the crossover point between the softs and the mediums.
Yeah.
And I think the key factor for Vaporizer now having this pace is, if you look at Taz, look at the difference in tyre wear between him and the guys around him, particularly on the fronts.
Yeah. 8% better, isn't it? 8 and 12.
8 and 12% better on the fronts, and then 8 and...
Here he comes down.
Yep, and there we go. Simple move in the end. Ron lets him go. He knows that's not a battle worth fighting. Let the McLaren lead the way.
13% better on the front.
Yeah. Much, much better on his tyres there, Vaporizer. It means he'll be able to take those softs further. And, well, that's only going to help his strategy. He might even, at this rate, if he can get them to lap 7, he can one stop to hards from the softs.
Yeah.
Whether that's the best strategy, I don't know. But potentially, if there is no safety car, it could be. Track position,
I'm not even going to use the same phrase as because it's EU1 there are less safety cars, because that's not true. There's a Mercedes round at the back, and it's Tracer Basson. It's night. He's going from bad to bad. Hopefully it gets better. Yeah. But he's had a couple moments in quali. He's had a moment here, and now he's P15.
Yeah, Drace has had a tough season so far. He's in fairness to the guy, he's putting a lot of effort into IFR, and he's doing great things. And as a result, his practice time has obviously taken a hit, and he himself admits he's probably in the wrong tier. But in terms of outright pace, he is worthy of being in here. He is in the top 20 we have. And he is a man who on his day will pull out a race-winning performance.
Oh yeah, had some good commentaries over Dre Sebastian, especially the Canadian one. Not the mini last season, but the season before when Jack Prentice was in the commentary booth. 6 seconds for Snipes, 6 seconds for Stinson, 3 for the McLaren, but he
Assassin
did
having a look at Noah. Side by side.
Nice move.
Yep, Aston Martin takes P5.
I think that was because Noah's burnt so much battery and he went below the 10%, so he just cut him off a little bit.
Yep, he had nothing to defend with. And it was relatively easy in the end for Assassin, who's got Milan lined up as his next target.
On board with Vaporizer. You can see the grit level between the medium and the soft.
We've got some cars going into the pits. That's Milan and Noah both diving in. Vaporizer, crucially, I think has lost Rowan to the point where, he has. He's outside of the DRS range now, so the McLaren really making good use of those tyres.
63% compared to Vape's 50.
We've got big wing damage for Dara, who's then retired.
Safety car deployed.
Safety car is out, and those guys who've just pitted have benefited massively from that.
Well, is it? Yeah, most of that pit stop would not be under Delta, would it?
No. Noah and Milan and Rage Snipes, I think, are going to be the big winners from that. And the big loser, you have to say, is going to be Vaporizer.
Agreed.
Had an excellent start to the race.
100% front, left and right, so he's clearly just clattered in for one. The wheels come on.
Yeah, I think he's obviously lost it coming out of the final corner, hasn't he, and tried to catch it.
I think it's the right decision. Block the track, I'm guessing.
Yep. And
so it was behind Vaporizer? It was Noah, wasn't it?
No, Ron was
first.
there, but the ones who pitted were Noah was in P6
so
at the time.
So are you trying to tell me, Dan, that Noah could lead the Grand Prix?
He could very well, and the fact that they've gone to the hard tyre as well. Get to the leader is 30 seconds. I think he might struggle to take the lead, but he will.
So do you think Ron will pit or stay out?
I would pit if I was him and go to the hards. I'll be honest, everybody should stop and go to the hards apart from Fredhead. Fred should lead the race, logically.
Right.
But he might, I was going to say he might, and then go for a 2-stop to mediums, which could be faster. Vaporizer, I think, has got away without being held there as well, so.
Oh, it's an Aston Martin double start for Fred.
Yeah, and Ron's getting held! Look at this! He's managed to get out now, but he's going to be dropping behind Joel.
So he didn't lose too much, but he did lose a place.
Stinson and Andresen have stayed out. They're taking the gamble. And then here comes Noah.
So this is going to do 2 laps as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and Noah's lost out to Ron in those stops, who's gone to the soft tyre, interestingly enough.
A definite 2-stop, right.
Oh no, he didn't lose out. That must have been a late pass there from the Haas driver. So it's as you were then there. Milan has lost out big time. Was running in P4 before the safety car, now running in P10.
Well, safety cars always mix things up in some way. You're always going to get a winner of it and a loser of it. There's no definite, clear loser of it. There's just a couple of people who've lost a place or 2. Like you said, Stinson and Dracer, they're going to have to stop again at me, but they can now do a medium soft, can't they? With an extra couple of laps on the safety car, maybe?
If they're looking after them, maybe. I mean, looking at the percentages they've got, Stinson, no, he'll have to stop again. Dracer, maybe. Dracer may be able to do it. Yeah,
that's 38, isn't it? So that would have been. Would that have been? That was a quality lap as well, wouldn't it? So I was out.
No, he was outside the top 10, so he'll have had a fresh set.
Oh, was he? I thought he was 7th. Never mind. Oh yeah, he was 7th.
Yeah,
he was. But I'd have done a lap. Because he did his lap on the medium, didn't he?
Stinson did, yeah, sorry, I was talking about Dracer.
Oh, yeah. Dracer might be okay.
But Stinson has stopped, I think, as well.
What we do know is that we still have a variety. Fruitful's gone in now on hards, but he'd only just put them on.
Fruitful's going to be cycling tyres.
What does that mean?
So he's now going to go to a fresh set of mediums.
Right.
Which he can, in theory, now run to the end because he's already used 2 different compounds.
So it's just saving himself a lap.
Yeah. He can now run to the end on those tyres. If necessary, he can come back in, put a set of softs on, or the original set of mediums if he's got a couple of laps to go on them. So that's just another strategy being brought into play there from Fruit.
Where to put what does cycling tyres mean? What am I hearing? I'm not a racer.
So the cycling tyres will mean when you under a safety car or under a VSC, you'll come into the pits, put on a different compound of tyre, do 1 lap, and then pit again, and then go back to your original compound. So it would, in this case, he's gone medium, hard, medium, which gets around the technical regulation of having to make a pit stop and run in 2 different compounds of tyre, because you have made a pit stop and run 2 different compounds of tyre, albeit for a lap under controlled conditions.
That's quite clever then if it works, isn't it?
Yeah. Normally you wouldn't do it if you were so high up the grid, or so high up the pack rather. Normally you do it if you were towards the back as a way to try and leapfrog drivers ahead of you, who would have to stop later on. But Fruit, I think, is going to have to try and fight his way through the pack to make that work.
And that will begin imminently.
It will. The People's Champion, then, with it all to do. But his championship rival from the early races, Jensen, is out of the race, so he's got some poetic license to have some fun. So
you don't know how hard it is, Dan, to just not commentate properly. I can't wait to be back. I know. I just want to talk properly.
So Stinson then has control of the pack. He is the pace man. Just ride on board and look behind. Keep an eye on the throttle map there on the centre right of your screens. Through the final corner then. He can take it all the way to the start-finish line if he wants. Full Bottas style. Still waiting. And he's gone. He's caught Dracer napping there. Very good restart from Stinson. Excellent restart, you have to say. Look at the gap there. Such a short run, relatively speaking, down to turn 1. And he's got 6/10 over the Mercedes already. We've got a car going wide there. Is that Persassin? It is. Manages to stay ahead of Joel, or get ahead of Joel, I should say. And Dracer now is like a cork in the bottle with vaporizer. I don't think that'll be for much longer.
Yeah, I'd love to shout, but it was about 6 different wheel bands there. Rowan's going to try and go through the outside of Noah, then inside of Joe into the chicane. Dan, someone's been touched. Noah's been touched.
There's contact right there.
Touched into another car.
And vaporizer's round as well at the chicane. Oh no, cold tyres there for the McLaren. Tom Robbo got some wing damage in all of that as well with his contact. That looked like Noah and Tom Robbo, both IFR drivers, coming together.
Noah got touched from behind, or maybe he leant into, the front tyre of a car behind.
Yeah.
Get the full amount, but I saw Tom Robbo's wing come off. He spun, then Vaporizer spun, and Rage Knights and Milan are going wheel to wheel.
Yeah, so we've got one Mercedes at the front, one Mercedes dropping back. Rage Snipes and Milan still side by side, coming into the final 2 corners. Snipes on the softer compound.
Oh no! Was that damage? I'm gonna check.
No, we're all good. Milan there trying to get his elbows out. Snipes having none of it. Side by side down the main straight. No DRS, of course, after a safety car. Ferrari tucks in, and then Fredo's having a look as well. The man who's gone from starting on the hard tyre. Of course, Fruitful, yes. Fruitful up to P9 now. Made up 5 places on that restart lap. Very good. from the people's champion, the reigning champion of E.
Toss to Assassin and then Ron.
Yeah, Assassin. Well, Assassin he was behind anyway, I think, and then Ron on the soft tyres. You would expect to be quick in this early stage.
Oh, a bit of a drama. Bit of a drama.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ron's closing quick. He's burned 55% of the battery after the safety car already.
Yeah,
Try to use those softs quick.
Yeah, he does. And Assassin, I would imagine, is not going to be someone who's going to fight that position too hard. He knows that. Well, yeah, I say that. They are all super competitive. Late on the brakes for Assassin, but Dracer's in there again, acting as a
Oh, that's not the problem. Ooh.
almost as a mobile German barrier. Assassin there holding off Ron, he's not going to stay behind for long, surely. But he's got to make that move quick.
5% damage on the left for Noah. Here comes Ron.
And takes that position from Assassin up to third for the Haas, who, interestingly, in one of the best glitches ever, is currently driving without a helmet on and just a balaclava.
I mean, I have seen it in another league.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a. There's a couple of bugs.
Yeah, it's I've only ever seen it on Williams, Haas, and Alpine drivers.
I've seen it on Alfa Romeo. Who's got DRS then? Ron?
Yeah, Ron has.
It's a bit of a DRS train, hasn't it? Here comes Stinson. I don't think he'll go for it yet. No, he waits.
Oh, Ron has to get out of the throttle there.
Oh, who's dropping? It is Ron, isn't it?
Oh
no, he's round, I think.
No, he had to bail out of a move there on Dracer, I think. Dracer being so close to Stinson caught him out, being early on the brakes.
Oh no, Passassin's gone. Dan. Oh no. How did he save it? I don't know if he was on board with it.
I wasn't, but he's caught it somehow. He's lost out 2 positions there, but he's going to try and fight back on Joel.
This is going to get naughty, Dan. I just sense it.
This is going to end. Someone's going to have a very bad ending to this. Those 2 guys up front are acting as walls, really, and keeping everybody in a DRS train, which is limiting Assassin's ability to try and pull ahead. Really, after Vaporizer's spin, he was the de facto leader. That's now Roan.
I just don't know how Assassin caught that, because Rowan tried to go round the outside of, after the flat right after the Mistral straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Assassin went wide, he caught it. He's just getting a bit forceful between Assassin and the IFL boys. Rowan just had a snap. Assassin round the outside, they've clipped. Oh, I think he's okay, but he's going to have DRS.
They're both going to have it. It's going to be purely straight line speed. And Rowan's going to take it.
If you mess up your braking zone with the ABS, you're screwed, aren't you? Because you're just going to lock your brakes into them, aren't you?
Yep, and go straight on. Full Nico Hulkenberg at Spa. Was it 2 years ago?
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, was it 2 or 3 years ago he did it?
I don't know. Wizard don't know. Wizard don't know. What was it? Assassin lurking.
Yeah, on the inside of Roan, but Roan's going to have the drive, being on the outside of the corner.
You just keep wheel banging, Dan.
It's got to be honest. Assassin is flying the Ecos banner against. Oh, Joel with a dive bomb there. That might have been as we were just talking about, a failure on the brakes where he missed his marks, and that's going to allow Milan, I think, to take 5th away from him, but that's going to be the battle to watch for now. Around the outside of the Red Bull, there's the Alpine, and secures P5 as Drace has dropped behind Roan and now Assassin.
Yep, a simple move for Assassin. 13 laps old mediums for Dracer. I'm guessing they're going to be on at least 50. Oh, there you go, yeah.
It's just coming up towards 50. Stinson out front, his tyres are much more
60.
warm, but as you said, he's going to be sporting
going to have him down, I think. I think he'll go for it.
I think he will. Yeah, but is Assassin going to follow him through? That's the key thing here.
Oh.
I think, no, Rowan managed to use Stinson there well to block the the Aston Martin driver.
He's a burn the battery early. Stinton's got none.
Yeah, and now Ron needs to push away, but Passassin again on the inside.
Ooh,
that's gonna be Passassin's corner, I think. That's is that 3 or 4 overtakes we've seen from him on the inside there now?
Yeah, enough to make it his corner.
Yeah.
Milan and Joel. Yeah, Milan's got it there. Oh, he had a bit of a snap, but he's definitely got it.
And Ron and Fruitful battling out as well. I think Fruit's had an off actually.
Yeah, he was.
Fruit's had some sort of incident, and has dropped back down the order. He's coming into the pits. Could this be? I hope it's not to retire, and I hope he's going to try something special.
Yeah, because obviously if Fruitful retires, that'll be definitely 0 points, because Thomas broke his wheel half an hour before, I was going to say kick-off, Emma, it's not football, for race start.
Yeah, and Fruit is coming in, and it's a new wing for Fruit, that's why he's...
Rowan snaps, oh, they just keep snapping down, but it's going to be, I haven't commentated on this game yet, but it's just going to be such a common sight with this year's model, that you're just going to see snap after snap after snap, and sometimes there'll be someone who doesn't catch it. Here comes Passassin. Nope.
Not quite close enough to make that move just yet. And Vaporizer down in 10th place. The man who was looking like the favourite, has to be said, in the early stages. Then that safety car came out.
Oh, Passassin, I think he's going to try around the outside.
Well,
nope.
He's going to try and sit back underneath, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ron covers it well.
A lot of penalties, Dan.
There are. For EU1, yes.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm very interested in the line Passassin takes through that, not second to last, but third to last corner. He hogs the inside a lot.
Wasn't the corner of my eye? Maybe it's obviously seen like a Jarno Quickmare do it or something.
Maybe.
I don't think he'll go for it into turn 1 here, but he's close. No.
Yeah, no, you.
I think he'll do what you said, Dan, and just patience.
you want to wait for the chicane in the middle of the Mistral, really, or try and force a mistake on the exit.
Definitely, yeah. Both on exactly the same battery as well. I think Melander's picked up a pen. Yep. 3 seconds.
Yes, let's have a look at the penalties then. So we've got Ron with 6 seconds out in the lead at the moment. Passassin with 3. Doesn't need to overtake the AlphaTauri then, just needs to stay with him. As Ron goes very defensive. He knows what's coming. Passassin tucks in behind for the slipstream. Wants to have the outside line. Not quite close enough though.
The corner, he probably would have got a warning for that. You can check warnings on task, can't you?
You can indeed, on the time screen.
Championship, no. Time. Yeah, Rowan's on 6. Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't get one for that. Oh.
Then you've got Milan on 3 seconds, Joel with 5, which will be for speeding or for a collision, I would have thought. Dracer is clear at the moment. That would put him into 3rd place as it stands.
With a pit stop.
With a pit stop still to go, of course, as well. Yes. Rage Snipes with 9 seconds. Fred is clear. Something is telling me Fred's going to get a great result out of this.
I agree.
Stinson then with 9 seconds. Conzo. Speaking of, has Rage Snipes made a mistake? No.
Fred has to do about 3.5% a lap down.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was doing another 11, that would be what? 38.5? 39 plus his 27. What's that? 66. He could go to the end.
He could, yeah. Those medium sized would probably not thank him for that, but he could do it.
As long as Pirelli don't pop it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with Fred. It'd be very interesting.
Here's a question for the channel viewers. Has there ever been a different tyre sponsor in Formula 1? There's a question for you.
Tyre sponsor or tyre manufacturer?
Or tyre manufacturer, yeah.
There's been quite a few.
Was Bridgestone ever in it?
Yeah, Bridgestone was, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone were at one point. there'll probably be some others from way back when, before I was even a twinkle.
Still are.
That's nice. Actually, I'm rapidly. Well, according to Blades, I'm basically 80.
Did you say Dunlop?
I didn't, but yeah, Dunlop. Yeah, Dunlop.
No, Blaze, I did know that. I'm just trying to get the stream involved. Come on. Come on, Blaze, stick with it, mate. No, mate.
Stinson has pitted and he's gone to softs, so he's going to try and get to the end on those from here. Right, it's doable. It's going to be 10 laps
putting
on
things
those.
I've never heard of, so I don't want to say it, just in case it's wrong.
Just in case you make a fool of
I never
yourself.
know with Kitten. I love Kitten, but he does say some interesting things.
Weird. It's alright to say weird.
Weird,
It's
yeah,
Kitten.
weird.
It's Kitten.
Oh, here we go, Assassin. Is it his time? Nope.
Quite, but he's going to force Roan to have a much worse exit, and he might go for a move into what will become his corner. I'm just trying to think of a name for it. Assassin then.
Oh.
On the inside, through he goes, into the lead. That's move number 5. And I really need to think of a name for that corner.
What he needs to think of is to pull away, because it's 3 seconds, well, more. Is that right? I know he's good.
No,
he's
3 seconds less. Assassin just needs to hold position now and not pick up any more penalties.
So if it was a safety car now, the hards will all stay out, right? But the people in the bottom half might go, ooh, it's a
I don't know. If a safety car came out now and I was in the top 4, I'd pit for softs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So this is why you're a driver, and I have people like you that do the job that I'm in now, because I can't do very well.
Well, to be honest, I only know because I've actually done some practice for this week. The hard tyre is it's one of those really good race tyres that you always seem to get, but never understand why. So the hard tyre starts off pretty slowly for the first 2-3 laps, then sort of comes into its own when you get it up to temperature. You get that top layer of rubber off it, and then
you know what? Yeah,
sort of dies off again, and then comes back around lap 11.
I told you Wizard was the man.
Yeah.
He said, Michelin are the only F1 tyre supplier to have never made a slick compound, and there's only been 7 tyre suppliers.
Oh,
there you go.
So have we got so Pirelli, Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear.
Bridgestone, Michelin, Dunlop, Firestone, Goodyear, Continental, Pirelli.
I didn't know Conti had been in it. To be honest with you. It's Vaporizer then making his way back up the pack, currently in P8, lining up Rage Snipes, whose medium tyres will be on the downward slope, I think.
Yeah, they will be. I think the problem, that strategy guarantees you a higher place, but then you're like, okay, now I've got to keep it because they're actually quicker than me.
Yeah.
And that's the only bad side to it, really. But I'm still in the park with you that Fairhead will get a good result here.
I mean, have a look at the penalty situation at the moment. So we've got 3-6-5-3 ahead of him.
Yeah.
He will, at the minute, he is on for a podium if he can keep those tyres in check.
Well, what is quite clear, Dan, is that if there was a safety car now, Fairhead and Ron might end up with a podium.
Yeah. They very well might.
or something of that sort.
Yeah, I mean, Fredhead might be on for the win. The man called up last minute to cover that seat.
Has someone just spun?
They have, yes. Conzo round. And he is back underway then. That's 3 seconds for coming across the chicane for his trouble. Fredhead now starting to drop away. I wonder if those mediums are now just starting to need some assistance in getting him round.
Looking after.
Yeah. Sorry,
but Assassin does take that weird light. It's not weird, it's what works for him.
It's different, isn't it? It's
unnatural.
That's something else I do enjoy.
Unnatural,
yeah. It's something else I enjoy about commentating on these guys in particular because they're all so fast. You really get to see the different styles that people have and the different lines that they take as Vaporizer dispatches Rage Snipes for P6. As we see Ron and Noah both pit, they will both be going to the softs for a second run for Ron, and then Noah, I think he started on softs as well, didn't he? So for a second run for him. Assassin just doing enough to keep Ron behind.
That's all he has to do. Doesn't need to do anything silly or stupid. He could even let him go past, as long as he didn't get a penalty.
As long as he stays with him.
Do you know what? This has been not a bad race. I just can't wait till I'm back at uni. I can just shout and do what I want, really.
Shout,
let it all out. That's the one. And me and Dan will be back, don't worry about that. First racetrack I'm back, Austria.
Limmy's talking to you.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you didn't sing that song during this Euros, I'd be very upset with you all.
I know, we were all singing Sweet Caroline.
Oh yeah. All 3 lines on a shirt.
All 3 lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Milan then closing in on Joel, who's got back past him somewhere down the line, but we've missed. Or I have anyway, you might have spotted it.
I don't know, I'm just looking at the chat, we're all talking about tyres now.
I do think they should go back to the days when you could have your own tyre supplier and not have bespoke tyres.
You don't have to do Pirelli.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. But not limit them to, like when it was Bridgestone and Michelin, not limit them to that. Like just say, right, go, find a tyre supplier. So you end up with one team with like Dunlop, another with Pirelli, another with Michelin or Bridgestone.
I mean, they're still going on about tyres, Dan, so we might as well carry on.
Yeah, I think
that question caused a bit of a...
Well, it's...
Did they do it? Oh, did they do it? Maybe not.
Yeah. Fruitful is in. That'll be his final stop. Fastest lap at the moment, then, is held by Fruitful. Who I think...
Yes.
Will not drop behind Dracer, so he's going to be in 13th. If he can get himself into the top 10.
Can we get the point?
Yeah. Tom Robber picks up another penalty. Joel seems to be very, very quick in that final sector.
Yeah.
Which is where Milan is losing the time to be able to go for a move.
Steve wants another question. Oh, God.
You see, you've knackered it now.
Hang on, question, right?
Go on.
Go on. Oh, without cheating or Googling, how many laps at 100% will the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix be? Without cheating, without trying to find out how many kilometres it is, how many laps will the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix be this year? There you go. There's your question.
This might be one that even the Wizard doesn't know. Roan then starting to drop away from Assassin as well. Maybe. DRS the only thing keeping him in range. That's Ron M with the fastest lap, and he's in P11. Will take it away from Tom Robbo as well, so the point could be going to Haas.
Could be.
29-0 for him.
We got 53, 89, 180. It's not a go-kart, right? It's not Brands Hatch. 73, 50. One of them's right.
Who said it? The one that was right. When you tell, let me know who said it, and I can.
Who do you think said it?
Who have we got from the list so
far?
Answer?
You got Alp, Blaze, Steve, Kitten, and Wizard.
I would suggest Wizard, but I mean that seems like the safe answer.
Wizard is correct.
Of course he is.
I defo reckon he worked out how long the track was and divided it from 305. I reckon he did.
Oh, Vaporizer there looking at the back of Fredhead, but Dirty Air compromising his line. To correct.
It is a long one. So Spa's 7.003 kilometres, I think. That's 44 laps. Saudi's about 6.12 kilometres, so it's 50.
It's also flat out, isn't it? It's a very quick lap.
Yeah, it's quick.
Relative to its distance, so...
It's quick. Tyre temperature may be an issue, but...
Could be, yeah. Here
Zambo
comes Vaporizer then. P5 is beckoning in down the inside. Fred had made it relatively easy. Didn't want to fight it too hard. He knows that is not his race right now. Penalty-wise, he will easily get back ahead of Vaporizer. So
as
just needs to stay
too much time, Dan.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Dan, not one to go, mate. Jeez.
I know. Oh, it's flown by. Having a great time.
We've had a safety car.
Yeah.
What's going on between Ron and Tom?
That's Ron getting ahead of Tom Robbo. Fresh soft tyres there. Yeah. Fresh soft tyres there, proving to be, well, quicker, as you'd expect.
So, it's going to be, as it stands, it's going to be a Assassin win. If Joel can close within a second, but he probably won't because Roman's got DRS on Assassin as we go. Milan might sneak up in there. Leader gap will be helpful with Jatlin.
I think it's going to be Assassin Milan.
Vaporizer, so he'll overtake. Fred will overtake Vaporizer. He's not going to overtake Milan. He may overtake Joel if he gets another second, and he may overtake Rowan if he gets another second and a half. So don't shout Fred out, because he's got DRS on Vaporizer. Don't forget if he can keep with it.
Yeah.
And other tyres are dying off. Don't count him out just yet.
Is that a mistake? Assassin's gone.
Oh no.
He's made a mistake.
Was it a mistake?
And that's the wing gone from the Aston.
Was it contact or was it mistake? I didn't see it.
I don't see any damage on Ron's Alpha Tauri.
I don't see him making a mistake. I can't say. I can't say I don't know, but I just don't see. I don't think he's made a mistake there. But what did he do in Baku?
Yeah, although he was in second in Baku, he wasn't trying to nurse a car home. But what this means is that he might have, yeah. What this means, though, Joel is on for the win, everybody. Right now, he's on for it.
No, is he? I thought he's 7 tenths behind. 5. Unless I'm being stupid. No, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, 7 tenths, yeah. Sorry, I misread that.
He needs 6 tenths. Oh, he's 5 tenths. Oh, Joel could be on for the win.
He could be. Joel's he's going to be pushing hard for Assassin then. He's retired. Don't do that. There's still points on.
Yeah, no, not with that wing, Dan.
Well, you say that, but look. Yeah, he would have, but Stinson's got 12 seconds, Rage Snipes has 12, Noah's got 18, Tom Robbo's got 9.
It's true.
There was a chance
for Joel, Dan, is that Rowan's got half a battery left, Joel's got 0.
Well, we'll see what Joel can do. Fredhead, though, closing in on Vaporizer. I don't know if McLaren's made a mistake or if that's just the power of DRS. But the sole remaining Aston Martin. Is he?
I don't want to.
Is he on for a podium now?
I'll say we on your cornflakes, but Milan could still win the race if he gets 8 tenths. I don't want to say the word.
We.
Say we. Sorry, Dan.
I've never heard that before.
You know what it is, don't you?
Yeah. I've never heard it. Bonfire, yeah. Parade. Never cornflakes.
So, I thought it was cornflakes. Anyway, I digress. Joe needs half a second. Final lap. Milan needs 1.1 second to win the race. Fredhead needs just to stay where he is for a potential podium.
He's on
Milan, isn't he?
Well, hang on. At the minute, let's look at the gap to leader. Fredhead 7.5.
Yeah. So he'd overtake Vaporizer.
He will,
He would. He's 2 tenths behind Milan, and he's about a second off Joel.
Yeah, it could all change on the final lap. Again.
Yeah. I was just in the chat outside. I checked Assassin's stream. He had a game glitch.
Oh,
that
that's
is nasty.
rough.
Good job it's a 24-week season, not 12.
It is, yeah. Milan, crucially, is one warning away from another penalty, which could make all the difference.
Well, he's also 1.6 off the lead, so I don't think he'll be winning, unfortunately.
Milan will not be winning. He's not going to overtake Joel at this point either.
Over to you, Dan, mate.
And at the minute, he's going to drop behind Fredhead as well. But Ron then round the final corner. Joel's giving it everything he's got to try and get there. 3/10 in it, 2/10 in it. I don't think it's going to be enough. As Rowan crosses the line, Joel ends up 3/10 away. Milan then. He crosses and stays there. Vaporizer does. Fredhead takes third! He takes it on the line on penalties. The man called in with 20 minutes to go has made that strategy work.
Yeah.
Konzo jumps to P6, Rage snipes P7, Stinson then will come across in P8, but with 12 seconds of penalties to add on to where Ron gets catapulted to. Only to P8, I thought he might be higher. Then it's Tom Robbo will come across in P10, and I think he will hold it. Fruitful with 9 seconds of penalties. Noah with 21.
I don't want to, again, weigh on your cornflakes, but because of Noah's penalties, I think Dracer might even overtake him.
I was going to say, there's 3/10 in it. And there's plenty of time. Noah there crashing across the line. There's plenty of time for Dracer to pull that back.
He had 21 seconds of penalties.
Yeah.
Dracer might get him here.
He might do.
I know it's not for any points, but, you know, banter and all that.
There's pride at stake. Oh, 92 thousandths. 92 thousandths in it.
Yeah, what I was saying, so not only has Fred won the Wizard Award, he's done what we said. We said, you know what, you might actually get a good result here. And he did.
Yeah, and he did it on the strategy we called at the start as well, the hard medium.
Yes. Safety car came at a good time.
It did, helped him out. Helped him out a lot, gets himself on the podium.
And the TV's going to shut down. Oh, God.
And I think, obviously Passassin having the glitch when he did is a massive shame, and it's cost him what would have been a victory. I think we
don't know what,
safely say.
Yeah, I mean, that's out using Alp as a source. I'm sure it's a very good source. I don't know what the glitch was, whether it just stopped his wheel or it just flung him. I've seen some weird stuff.
Yeah,
I think we all have. Here the standard is done.
Yeah, and Ron then, as we said, takes victory, led from lights to flag. With a bit of Passassin. A Passassin cameo up front, we'll say. Joel in second place then for his best result in EU1, following on from his third place in Australia at the opening round. Fredhead then, the Canadian, drafted in late. Yep, from P11, going on what I believe to be the optimum strategy. Milan in 4th, Vaporizer 5th, Konzo 6th, Snipe 7th, Ron 8th, Stinson 9th, Tom Robbo 10th for the points. Then Fruitful, Noah and Dracer. DNFs are Passassin, Dara and Jensen. I don't know, actually, was Passassin classified?
90% will be 3 laps, so lap 24, so he would be, wouldn't he?
He will be classified.
He wouldn't.
Yeah, as P14, but obviously no joy there for points.
That's a shame. It's a shame because that could happen to anyone. It should happen to no one. But do you do interviews, Dan? Or?
Well, it's sort of. I'll be honest. It goes over whether I can be bothered.
Well, we can do interviews when I'm back. We don't. Yeah. If we want to go away, and I don't want to get in trouble off the mother.
Yeah, we'll leave them for tonight. But congratulations to Ron, Joel, and I've got to be honest. Driver of the day for me goes to Fredhead, I think.
Oh, fully agreed.
Yeah, with such short notice and pulling that strategy.
Yeah, the safety car came at a good time, didn't it?
Yeah, it took full advantage. best results of the season for Joel Vaporizer, Conzo, Tom Robbo as well, who, believe it or not, that's the first race I think he's finished so far this season.
I'd like to know what happened to Fruitful. Because obviously he did that cycling thing and he made his way up to 9th or 8th, I believe I saw him in chat, and then obviously had something. So, could Fruitful finish higher? Yes, but I don't know what happened. I also didn't see live what happened to Assassin, but it's a shame what's happened.
It'd be interesting to see back. We might have to go and check his stream afterwards and see if we can find out what happened. But you can see that the race winner's car on stream. And whilst we take a look at I've got to be honest, that AlphaTauri livery is gorgeous, isn't it?
It's not bad. What's the next track? Italy?
It is Monza next week, yeah.
30th of August to the... should be 2nd of September, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So we got the Monza next, we got 80% flat out power down.
Yes, it's going to be brilliant. I love Monza. The Cathedral of Speed.
Yeah. Do you think it gets a bit boring?
No, love it. Every year, first track I do. Every year when the game comes out, most people go and do like career mode, or in this case the Breaking Point. I always go straight to Monza in a Ferrari every year.
Do you? I know.
Used to do it in the F2004 when they had the classic cars.
When that car bombed, like just, it was that quick you couldn't even see it.
Yeah. But, as we stare then at that, as we are mesmerised by the AlphaTauri. I want to thank you all at home very much for watching. Congratulations to our podium sitters.
Yeah.
We hope to see you all again next week. I don't know who the pairing will be, but I'll be here. I hope that Limmy can join me, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit weird being quiet, Dan. I kind of like being here, but I don't like being quiet.
No, it's not something that I'm used to hearing from you, but I hope we can get
no more than 3 weeks, Dan.
A regular volume Limmy back.
Regular volume Limmy, yeah. Not the B Tech, the A Tech. Thanks for having me, Dan. I appreciate it, mate.
No worries. You're more than welcome anytime. This is your tier, of course. I am filling in for you in the meantime.
Oh yeah, that is true. Thank you for letting me commentate over my own tier, Dan. I really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. If you guys at home have enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit the like button and follow on Twitch if you're watching this back later on YouTube. A subscribe would be greatly appreciated. If you want to watch some more Contest of Speed, you can do so. European tiers are Monday to Thursday, 9 PM UK. American tiers Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 AM UK or 9 PM Eastern, depending on where you are in the world.
Yep.
And make sure you hit up our social medias, that's Twitter and Instagram, to stay up to date with everything Contest of Speed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, we'll see you all again next week. Thank you again for watching. Good night.
Good night.